Hi everyone, it's JoJo. Today I wanted to show you this cat bookmark. I am a Temu affiliate and a Temu influencer, and I wanted to just kind of give you an idea. I like to do these, and I did one the other day, so I thought I would come back and do another one, just so that way you all have a good idea on how to do them, and I thought I would just chat along with you and also um, give you a little tip of what I'm going to try. So, as you all know, you need a pen of some sort for this. These pens, normally they're pink, like this one, come with the kits. Normally they come without the extra tip. This one here has a multi-placer, which holds 3 on the end of it. So, we have to put wax on the end of these or something to stick. So I have this little container here, and the wax I've showed you comes in little like little packets, and you have to lift off one end. Well, I'm going to start putting my wax in this container. And the reason is, if I'm out and about and I take this with me, sometimes it's hard, because you're trying to pick it up on this, and all you have is, something soft behind it. So with this, if you're trying to pick your wax up, you can push it to the bottom, and you're on hard plastic, so it just picks that wax right up. And that makes it easier to do your diamond painting. So I'm going to set me out a couple trays out here. I like to have this tray. Sometimes the diamond paintings come with this, with the little end, so that way you can pour them out. And I like to have this in case, I have to pour it back in something. Sometimes this will make it spill. I'm going to use this today. So I bought my little knife pen. I call it a knife pen. It's got a tiny blade to it, and I'm going to use that to peel up the plastic on here. And this is sewn on, so the plastic is easy to tear. So I may have to get my tweezers, but I'm going to try not to touch that sticky too much and pull this off. And as always, sometimes I think that when I come on camera, it becomes more complicated than what it really is. But this plastic is sticking a little under the thread, which is okay. We will get it. I want to get it all off of here, though. Now, in most cases, I leave part of the plastic on until I'm finished, but this doesn't take too long to finish. The canvas is really sticky, and the backing here is a faux leather, and also so is what the cat is on. Seems like faux leather to me. It feels like it. So I have all the plastic off, and there's like a little thread there. I'm just going to use my scissors and clip that so that way it doesn't cause a problem. Now I am going to clean up all this plastic because I do not want it to jump on that and stick. So here's what we have, and I'm going to make sure that there's no hair or anything on it. Kind of keep my desk cleaned up. And I think I'm going to start out with my my number 3, since it's the outside edge and it's the main. So I'll get out my number 3s. And these are black drills. And I'm going to just set that on top so I'll remember what it is. When I have a lot of colors and they all look just alike, that's when it's most important to set those aside. Let me, if I can readjust my camera. Oops. I'm just going to put these on here. Now this time around, in this pen, I thought I would try it. I do not have the wax. I am trying the glue dots. I've heard a lot about the glue dots. I'm thinking that maybe... No, it's not a hair. I thought it was. I'm seeing things here. But I've heard a lot of people use the glue dots so you don't have to fill your pen as much. So I just happened to have some. And I just poked it in the end of my pen. The glue dots I have come on this plastic. And they're just little bitty tiny clear dots. But these are the bigger glue dots. Most people say to use the micro or the mini, but I'm trying a piece of this, and it seems to be working. I don't like to have to refill my pen a lot. I like to just be able to keep going with it. When I have to keep using the wax, it just takes up more time than what I'd like on some things. I'm working on a big project right now. It's a big diamond painting for my son. It is like a 30 by 70, I believe, centimeters. So it is quite big, and I just want to get it finished. I enjoy the process. I've enjoyed working on it, but yeah, I want to get to where that I can work on some of my own things. Sorry, kiddo. I love doing your diamond paintings, and he's got another big one for me to do. And of course, I don't charge him for it, but I get to keep the leftover drills if there are any. Sometimes there's not very many, but that's okay. And if you happen to miss on these, you can redo it. You know, you can push it into place. You have some wiggle room. These are not stuck permanently on there as of yet. So I'm going to take my scissors and see if I can cut that down, because it seems like just a little bit too much sticking out. So we'll see how this is. I still yet have some. Still yet have a little sticking out. I don't want to drop it onto my bookmark, my bookmark. These cats, I think they are just so cute. And I'm a reader, so I love having bookmarks around. Let's see if these will line up better in this other tray. Sometimes some trays work better. I have some bigger trays in the other room, but I still like using the smaller trays, and these smaller ones have come from Temu. So okay, this is like it's sticking too much, so I'm just gonna and to rub it in the palm of my hand to try to take some of that stickiness away, maybe on my thumb, and see if that helps. Oh yeah, perfect. There we go. Wow, that really helped. Now, I've seen where people say that they only have to change their glue dots, like, or even add to it like once every 2 weeks. And those are people that do a lot of diamond painting. So I'm just going to kind of test it and see how this goes, because that would be so awesome. I mean, I like my wax, don't get me wrong, but I just don't like the residue that sometimes it leaves behind, and I don't like having to change it every little whipper stitch. I like being able just to keep going. That's why I have bigger trays too for my bigger projects, so I don't have to shake them as much. I'm being lazy, aren't I? But that's okay. For diamond painting, that's okay. I believe that for me, diamond painting is just about having fun and doing it your way. I mean, of course, you have to go with the numbers, not necessarily the colors. If you want to change colors, it's not going to look like the picture, but you could possibly change colors, but I don't recommend it. See how fast that is compared to how it normally is? Just gotta scoot them over every now and again. This is very sticky, just so you know. Do y'all hear that squirrel? Yeah, that's me. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to, because I know that my black is my number 3, I'm going to push it aside for a minute, and I'm going to get out my number 7s. So I can go ahead and work on my little ears here. And these are like rhinestones. They're so pretty. Oops. I wouldn't be getting out of line on these if I could, like, put it closer to me. I'm not used to working this far away. I'm going to go ahead and rhinestone its little mouth. So instead of diamond painting right now, I have rhinestone painting. I cannot believe how much that I love diamond painting. It has just like opened a new world for me, and yeah, it's just been a big blessing. You know, sometimes we get sad or depressed and maybe not have anyone that we feel like we can talk to, or we just don't want to talk. And that's what diamond painting does for me, is it just gives me that little flow away from reality and life and stress and drama and, you know, all the, I don't want to use the word crazy, but life can sometimes just about push you over the limit. So here are my 4s. These are clear. I'm just going to put them in the eyes. And I do like that this, when you first put them down, I mean, it catches and they're stuck, but it's not permanent until you seal it with a sealer. And I do have a sealer from Temu, and I will come in here and show you how I seal these whenever I get them all finished. I just don't want to seal one and have to come back and then do another one. Now this one here, I only need 4 number 10s. So I'm just going to open up the little container and shake it towards right side up so I can just get 4 of these out, because it's just, to me, no sense in dumping the whole thing or a few on a tray just for, I almost didn't dump that just for 5. So let's see, I'm going to go ahead and do these number 3s right here in the eye. And that way I have that done. And I'll do them on this side. You see how pretty she's becoming, or he or she. It's pretty kitty. I'm going to call it a she because it's pink. Oops. I love cats. I'm just allergic to them. I've had one that I wasn't allergic to, and he was a black kitty. He was actually a stray, and I had just moved into a new house. It was a new to me house. I was in the kitchen sweeping and mopping my floor, and there's this little kitten outside my door, and it was just as I was sweeping, and I was like, oh, wouldn't you think this kitty would belong to somebody? But I had let him in, and he rubbed up against my legs and let me hold him, and at first I was the only one that he would let hold him. And he was so precious, and we named him, the kids, because he was a solid black cat. They named him Black Sabbath. And I called him Sab. He was my little Sab. But he was just so different. He didn't belong to me. He wasn't, I guess, my cat. I was his people, is how it was with him. I didn't try to contain him or make him stay in my house because I thought that he had a family or belonged to somebody else. But sure enough, all the time he was there, and he would come and he'd visit me for hours, and sometimes stay, door was open and he would stay in the house, but he always let me know when he was ready to go. He would go to the door, go out for a while, and come back. And he was like that for years. I go in, and anything I would do if he was in the house, he had to be right there next to me. He would lay next to me while I did my crafts. He didn't get into anything. He didn't climb on any furniture. I mean, unless I told him he could come up on the couch next to me. He wouldn't get on the cabinets. He didn't get into stuff. He wasn't one of those kind of cats. People would be shocked because they would come over and he was so well behaved. But when he wanted out, he wanted out. So I couldn't really put claims on him, but he He was around for a lot of years, probably 12, 13, before I just didn't see him anymore. He didn't come back to the house. You know, like I said, I would have absolutely brought him in and kept him, but I didn't know if he belonged to somebody else. So I didn't want to steal somebody's pet, but I took him to the vet. He come in beat up one day, so we took him to the vet. We got him all of his shots. He's a good kitty. Had him spoiled rotten. And even my little dog that I had at the time, Angel, she loved him. And I was really surprised. But they would both curl up together, and she never liked cats, but she liked him. She would chase him out of the yard if they came in the yard, except him, not him. I was out one day hanging clothes on my clothesline, and I had to run in the house for a few minutes, and boy, I tell you what, I went in the other room and I heard the worst ruckus. I had no idea what was going on out in my living room, so, you know, I grabbed up a stick of some sort and went into the living room because I done thought somebody had broken in my house. I had no idea, and I had left the back door. It was a sliding glass door, and I had left that cracked open a little bit, you know, because I was just running in and going right back out. I'd been hanging clothes out on the line. Well, there I come in the living room, and there's that silly cat chasing a bird. He had brought me a bird in the house and let it go. So there it was with a cat trying to chase a bird, and a bird flying all over my living room. That was comical to think about now. Bird escaped unharmed, kind of shaken up probably, but it was a black starling. He loved to bring me gifts, but the only thing is he brought me live gifts. I miss him. I really do. So see how quick this is going? I really love doing these. I guess I keep saying that, don't I? Oops. And it goes different ways, you know. Sometimes I can clear my mind and not think of anything at all. Other times I can sit and think, you know, if I've got something troubling me or something bothering me, you know, sometimes it's good to have that moment just to sit and contemplate and think about what you're doing and trying to make a big, heavy decision. You know, sometimes it's good to have that quiet time when you can just clear your mind, and diamond painting seems to keep my mind clear. In fact, I could sit and do this and not talk. I have learned so much and so many tips and tricks just since I began. I think everybody has their own style. Some people may do it exactly the same, but I think each person has probably got something they do different. I'm going to add a few more on there just to make it easier to pick them up. Now I can use my multi-placer if I wanted to, but on these coasters, I just don't think that they would line up the way that they should, because they're kind of a little bit sporadic, I guess would be the word on here. They're not in straight lines. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I'm getting better at using my multi-placer. I'm hoping to get where that I can do different videos on different things, but have them more, I don't know, I'm kind of sporadic whenever I do a video, but I'd like to have them more like goal oriented, specific dates if I could. But the way that my life is right now, I take care of my gramps, and it's hard to take care of my kids too. They're grown, yes, but sometimes I think I'm too needed. And then, of course, if they didn't call on me, I would think I wasn't needed enough. So I'm okay with the way things are. It's just hard to make plans. Ooh, that looked good. So now I can totally put my number 3s away. But before I completely look. Okay, I'm not seeing any extras in there. I didn't want to make sure I didn't drop anything. So now I have number 8s. I'll just pour some in my little tray. These are a little bit bigger than the other ones. The rhinestones are a little bit bigger than the drills. So sometimes they get caught in the grooves, and that's why they're a little harder to pick up. But it's not bad at all. How that makes that pop. I'm going to have to buy books just to put the bookmarks in, aren't I? Or make a bunch of journals to put them in. I love these. These are just too cute. One more eye. Oops. My tray a little shake. Y'all, I'm kind of liking these glue dots. I think I need to poke another small piece into my pen though, because on these pens, your barrel is a little deep. So that glue dot, whenever I pick it up, it has pushed, oh, it's not going to focus, but it's pushed further down in there. So, yeah, I think that I will add some more to it, but gee, this has lasted a while already without doing anything to it. But whenever I push, to get them into place, it pushes wax or anything that's on there. It pushes it down a little bit deeper because these are beveled on the top. I think beveled is the right word. See there? Now we have another kitty done. So I'm going to take my roller and I'm just going to roll it over. And you can hear them pop. But you can also find, see, that was an extra one. And I like to turn it and do it more than one way. Oops, look, there's another one. See, I thought I had dropped some and I didn't see them until I started rolling them out. And then I could kind of feel them under the roller. It actually feels kind of smooth whenever you're rolling. But if you hit one, you can kind of feel it. So there we go. Look at how that sparkles too. So I will come back and we will probably do some more. I'll probably try to do one cat at a time till I get them finished, and then we have other projects too. So we'll just see how that goes. We'll play it by ear, but I will come back whenever I get them all finished and show you how that I seal them. Thank you so much for watching. Please click the links below and check out Temu, and please hit like and subscribe, and please share my channel if you feel so impelled to do so. And again, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and remember to be kind to one another. Bye bye.